So I just find it strange, the tattoos on the eyelids and the other tattoos, and then he's running along San Pedro trying to jump in a moving vehicle. So if you want the 6 years prison, I will give you 6 years in prison. If y'all want to renegotiate and see that maybe with his brain cells being destroyed, maybe probation, I'll give you probation. So y'all want to go discuss that?
Go.
Court is calling 2024 CR 5800 State versus Jason Montez. Hello. Could I have parties announced?
Ed Connell for the defendant, Mr. Monk.
All right, everyone, make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear. And are you Mr. Montez?
Yeah.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there applications in this case?
No.
All right, Mr. Montez, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Montez, did you review the document entitled on it, court's admonishments and waivers with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Montez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no contest.
No, anyone promised you anything other than what the plea bargain is? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There are no applications, and the state will take in consideration 2024 CR 2944. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Get off for State's Exhibit 1 with attachments.
No objection.
Did you review the waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
If that would be, we would like that, Judge. We would
All right.
PSI.
So I find this all very interesting and strange. So he's on San Pedro and cars are driving and he tries to jump in a car that's driving by. And then I see that he's previously been referred for a competency report. What is his criminal history?
I don't recall that he's got this burglary charge while he was on out on bond on, Your
A
Honor.
burglary of a building.
Yeah, right. And, but as far as the competency evaluation, he was never found incompetent. So I requested an evaluation, because he did not recall much of what happened. On
All right,
that day.
what's going on with you? What's wrong with you?
Because I had got high on drugs and then I felt like suicidal, so
What drugs have you been taking in the
Meth.
past?
meth and weed and synthetic. And so I started feeling I started feeling suicidal and I started jumping into cars, and then that's when I ran into the lady, and I don't remember physically harming her, but she said I did, and so that's when I got locked up for her because they called the cops.
All right.
She called the cops.
When did you start using drugs?
When I was 13 years old.
All right, what's his criminal history?
He has a misdemeanor marijuana conviction and a reckless injury to a child misdemeanor conviction.
All right, so do y'all think, it appears, how old are you?
25.
All right, it appears to me, I have before me a 25-year-old who's using psychedelic synthetic drugs. I just find it strange that somebody's trying to jump in a car that's going on San Pedro. And if it's where I think it is on San Pedro, I don't think the speed limit is, 20 miles per hour. So do y'all think probation is inappropriate in this case and maybe he needs to go into inpatient treatment? Because we can go off the record, depending on what drugs he's using, if he's huffing paint and then the synthetic stuff destroys your brain cells, it's prison, and he keeps smiling. I know it's involuntary.
No, because I didn't.
So anyway, just a second. So he keeps smiling and doing this and his eyes are very strange to me, the way they're focusing. So I don't know. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong. This is y'all agreement. If y'all agree for him to go to prison, fine. But I don't know if this is a situation based upon what I've read in the police report and based upon what you all are telling me his history is. I don't know if prison is the place for him. Maybe the place for him is safety followed by whatever to help him get past the brain cells that have been destroyed.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah,
if
so,
you want prison, I will send you to prison. If y'all want to renegotiate perhaps and have him take a different route, but either way, you're not leaving court today. If they decide to work out something different where you get probation, you're going into custody and you're going to safety to get your brain and your mind right. What I can tell you, I don't think there's anything, once brain cells have been destroyed, I think they're gone. You're just gonna have to compensate some kind of other way. You understand? So I just find it strange, the tattoos on the eyelids and the other tattoos, and then he's running along San Pedro trying to jump in a moving vehicle. So if you want the 6 years prison, I will give you 6 years in prison. If y'all want to renegotiate and see that maybe with his brain cells being destroyed, maybe probation, I'll give you probation. So y'all want to go discuss that?
yeah, sure, Judge.
All right,
And
thank you.
that's not really our way. Just.
All right, we're back on the record. Oh, was the court reporter there? All right, I can't see around the computer. We're back on the record in 2024 CR 5800 State versus Jason Montez. Could I have parties re-announced for the record for the state defense?
Ed Cano?
And you're Mr. Montez?
Yes.
All right, so the plea still stands. The only thing that has changed is he's applied for a deferred adjudication. And a part of the plea bargain agreement is that the state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 2944. And there's to be restitution, if any, to Nancy Boteo. Did you understand that to be the new plea? Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
And outside the agreement, the state is asking that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service. There's to be no contact with Nancy Boteo and Club 12. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? And did you understand if I were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, I could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? All right, knowing that, do you wish to go forward with this plea as opposed to the 6 years in the prison?
I'd rather do 6 years in prison.
All right, then he
Okay.
wants the 6 years in, you want the 6 years in the prison?
I do the prison.
All right, so he wants the 6 years in the prison. Okay,
Well, I do the probation for right now.
no. This is what's gonna end up happening. And I understand, and I'm having patience with you.
Okay.
We can go off the record. So I understand that synthetic drugs have done a little number on you. All right, so this is what I want you to understand. There are 2 choices you have here today. And there are only 2 choices. There's no third choice. And something is going to happen with your case today. Do you understand? Now, let me just tell you what your 2 choices are. First choice, you go to prison for 6 years. You understand?
Yeah.
Second choice, I give you probation and try to see if somebody can reprogram you and help you with the brain cells that you've destroyed from using drugs. So that would mean that maybe there's some mental health issues that are developed because of your use of drugs, right? And then get you help with using drugs. So those are your 2 choices, prison or probation.
I think do the probation.
Now, let me let you talk to your client just a little bit. And if you could work through the haze and the fog and make sure that he understands.
Yes, sir.
Or if I do probation.
All right, and that tattoo on the side of your head, does it say no cap? All right, is that like no cap, like I'm not accepting a cap of anything, or is that you don't wear a cap?
Set cap of it.
Okay, so it's a good thing your agreement wasn't a cap to anything because he's not accepting that. All right, we're gonna go back on the record. So this is what the court will do. Do you want the deferred adjudication or do you want prison?
Take the probation.
All right, so this is what the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm going to sentence him to 8 years deferred adjudication. Taking consideration 2024 CR 2944. There's to be no contact and restitution, if any, to Nancy Boteo. Do you have any children? How old are you?
25.
All right. Do you have any family support? Mom in your life, anybody in your life?
They're present, Judge, his mom and dad.
Hi, he needs a lot of help, okay? So what, he's gonna end up going to get evaluations at the jail. So once those evaluations are finished, is he welcome to stay with you all or no? All right, if you two could come up, please.
Mr. Montes, stand over here. You're back again.
All right, I'm not gonna put you under oath. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just trying to get some information. All right, so has he ever had any type of mental health issues or anything else going on in his life?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right, what issues?
A lot of drug use. A lot of, he talks to himself a lot
Yeah.
from a very young age. He'll wander off for 3 or 4 days at a time. And a lot of drugs at a young age again. So
So let me ask you this. At your home, are there any people there who are underage?
No.
No.
All right, so if he were allowed to stay with you, who would all be in the home?
Just me.
That's-
Just
that's
the
good.
parents.
That's-
Okay,
maybe
and,
that's-
and what is your name
Jason Montes.
and your name?
Rose Roman,
Rose?
Rose Roman or Roman?
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so this is what I want to let you know what's going on here. I think there's some issues going on here, so instead of sending him to prison, we're gonna try to get him some help. Now, it's gonna take a while because evaluations take a while. So I'm gonna grant his application for deferred. He's gonna go back to the jail. At the jail, they're gonna interview him to see if he has any mental health issues. They're gonna interview him to see if he has any drug issues. They're also gonna interview him to try to determine maybe if the drug use, the synthetics, or whatever else he's doing has messed with brain chemistry and brain cells. So it's gonna take a while. Probation is here, and probation will take your numbers and everything so that you'll know what's going on at the jail. He's an adult, so you won't get a lot of information, but probation will come out to visit you at your home to make sure everything is going okay with him at your home. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions?
I don't, I mean, I don't know.
I have a question.
Sure.
When he's released to us, is there anything like that help him with, like report and things like that?
Yeah, you can. If you'll just make sure that probation has your information, and probation is going to give you the probation number. And with that number, if you have his name, his SID number or case number, you can call if there's an issue. In this court, I want people to be successful in probation. So if there's an issue where you see he's starting to fall off track, it's best to get in contact with his probation officer immediately so we can try to get him back on track. Otherwise, he's looking at 20 years in prison.
I would like to also add that, I hope they can help him with mental issues like you stated, because I've seen him numerous times have a full-blown conversation with himself
Okay.
and answering himself and crying and laughing, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I tried my best getting him all types of help. So,
All right, we're gonna see what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna set up some things for him, like the Center for Healthcare Services and all of that. Okay,
thank you, Judge.
all right, you're welcome. And Ms. Abrams, can you raise your hand? That's probation. She's the one who's gonna end up going over conditions with him, and she'll give you the number to probation so that you can call. But probation, once he's placed with you, probation is gonna come out to your house because I
Yes.
required them to do field visits.
Yes.
So just know that they're gonna be coming into your house to see how he's doing.
This one.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, it's gonna be 8 years deferred adjudication, taking consideration 2024 CR 2944. As previously stated, no contact and restitution, if any, to Nancy Forteo. He's to reside with, could y'all whisper in the box? He's to reside with Jason Montez and Rose Ramon upon release. We'll do a referral to felony drug court. That's to be in custody. TAP evaluation in custody. MIC eval in custody. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment or SSI within 45 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. 120 hours of community service restitution. And probation, that'll be probated. I think the main thing we need to make sure is that he has the mental health and the drug issues under control. Probation, is there anything else? All right, thank you. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Well, no, it's a no contact order with Nancy Boteo. Did you all want a no contact order with Club 12, or you all want him to do Club 12? Or is the burglary of the building related to the Club 12?
That's the complainant.
Right.
Well, we'll do, whoa. See, because he may need to do 12-step program. What is the location of that building?
102 Thames Drive. Thames is Thames.
All right, there's to be no contact with 102 Thames Drive. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived, sign that, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. In this court, communication is key. I know there are a lot of issues going on with you, but you got to follow through. You understand? All right, thank you.